Mimir, there's something I wanted to ask you about. Hildisvini told me about your visit to secure Hel's army, but was reluctant to elaborate when it came to negotiating with Hrasfelder.
Ah, yes. Well, I can see why he'd hold off on such a subject until he saw if we survived the battle.
Mimir, what exactly did you promise the large bird?
Oh, nothing too horrifying. It's just that she'd like to retire.
Retire? Hel's eagle wants to retire?
Indeed. And don't ask me what she expects to do with her free time. I assure you there is no reassuring answer.
Can she even do that? Not be Hel?
Apparently so. She just requires relief. Someone else to step in and become Hel, as it were.
Not exactly an office many would wish to occupy.
Aye. Terrible weather, infinite hours, and the possibility of unleashing terrible mischief on the realms if they're careless. Or worse, if they aren't completely trustworthy.
But if she were to leave without a replacement?
Complete chaos, yes.
Well, I'm sorry I asked. There's the fallen fragment of Asgard ahead. What do you think we'll find?
Aside from stragglers of Odin's army, hard to know for sure.
Follow me.
Vamos lá ver o que temos por aqui. Sou soldado?
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost. Behind you, watch out!
Shield strike now!
Well, if there's more of these Asgard fragments out there, the Einherjar will continue to be a nuisance for the realms.
Only if we do nothing. The realms will never heal if they remain.
How many more?
Only one way to find out.
Damn. Ok, este era um. O que ela tem? Vamos todos assim. Este era um que é isso? Também tem um vestígio, ok. E aparecem todos no mapa? Não. Aqui está um desconhecido, deve ser alguma coisa. Bem, como tenho aqui o túmulo do rei para fazer, eu vou aos outros reinos primeiro. Mas quando disse após Ragnarok,
there are still signs of the world serpent all over the lake. But we saw him disappear at Ragnarok.
That could really mean the legend was true all along. That blow from Thor sent Jormungandr straight back in time. A younger Jormi, fresh from Jotunheim, would grow into the serpent we know.
When we first met the snake, you said that he found Atreus familiar. Perhaps they met in Jotunheim.
Perhaps so, brother. We'll have to ask the lad for that story when we next see him.
Ragnarok armor's on the house. We'll call it a commemorative piece. Let's make some magic.
foi isto que eu apanhei? Se calhar não.
Y'all come back now.
Deixa lá correr a Toscar.
When Jormungandr attacked Thor in Asgard, it seemed personal somehow. But there's no way they could have met before that, is there?
I've been pondering that, and I have a theory. We know the lad spent his time in Jotunheim learning soul magic. Perhaps the serpent figured in.
You mean Atreus placed some other giant soul into him? Someone who already hated Thor to begin with?
Exactly! Though that doesn't narrow it down much, I grant you. I wonder if Yormi even remembers after all this time who he once was.
Calhar.
You! Come with the child!
There he is.
Hello,
the
Ratatoskr.
Hello, Master Kratos. What you've accomplished for these realms is truly something I never thought possible. Rest assured, good Master Brock would be proud beyond measure, even if only to express it in his love language of profane non-sequiturs. But he is terribly missed.
Yes, he is.
Now, there is one rather interesting development to apprise you of. The detonation of Asgard shook the world tree to its very roots, dislodging a great number of realm seeds. I thought you might wish to have them. My little way of saying, thank you for preventing my death by immolation.
You are welcome.
But putting all that aside for the moment, is there anything else?
So were you always a freakishly large immortal squirrel, or...?
Don't forget handsome. No, I was once a regular squirrel. The same size as these wispy, spectral versions of myself, in fact. I was unremarkable. I stumbled upon the tree near what should have been the end of my life, the victim of a random act of predatory savagery. But the tree, it had other plans for an insignificant creature like me. But I have prattled on for far too long. I will leave you be, Master Kratos. Journey forth in health and safety, my friend.
Então tem novas cenas, né? Posso ir para Jotunheim, nice. Niflheim também tem nova cena. Asgard. Está aqui uma dúvida. Não, não, mapa. Asgard já não aparece. Certo. Então vamos aqui primeiro. Abriu esta. Ok. Sei que tem lá um berserker. É para onde nós vamos. Um berserker ali.
Freya, fancy a riddle?
If you fancy a boot to the head.
Riddle solved.
Então o que é que foi fazer? Coisinhas. Aqui é lápis. Antes disso, habilidades. Freya. Vamos lá.
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
Só tá perto. Ok, só tá. Tá perto. Ok. Claro que ela desapareceu no meio. Ei, 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 ei. Ok.
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost. Nasty hit. You all right, brother?
Então eu não consigo atacar por cima no fio por trás. Não tá a tirar vida nenhuma.
Only the king remains.
Aye, and if you thought his berserkers were tough, well, I've been thinking about what you said, brother. Maybe it's time to let this go. Slurping up a dead man's soul with this old sword isn't gonna change the past.
It is good to hear you say that. But I plan to face it regardless.
What? After all your lecturing on vengeance and spite?
It is not wise to let a malevolent spirit wander Midgard. But I needed to know you wanted this for the right reasons.
Huh. Appreciate the sentiment, brother.
Falta aqui umas quantas coisas.
Do you hear that? Someone's crying.
Sinmara,
Ah, Sutter's love. Should we try to tell her what happened?
she knows. Freya, something is on your mind. What is it?
Freyr's sword. I'm glad he got it back.
Odin stole it?
Not quite. It couldn't be stolen. It had to be given freely. Freyr had it forged in his younger days, imbued with its own motives and passion. For centuries, he swore he would only ever set it down in death, or upon meeting the love of his life. Both he and the sword were romantics, you see.
I did not think anything grew here.
Depois vou ter que voltar aqui.
I look forward to exploring Alfheim and not having to fight elves.
Oh? What makes you think that's an option?
They've united, haven't they? What possible reason would they have to attack us?
Sorry to say, but there are still plenty of elves out in the Barrens eager for conflict.
But why? Freyr united them. They fought together at Ragnarok.
For those who have spent their lives in combat, peace is not always an option.
Vamos lá, aqui está tudo. Aqui não está tudo.
Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? You mentioned a giant had come to Vanaheim to teach you of the Bifrost.
Vai ter que ser depois.
Gerd.
Another time. We must focus.
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Can't they sense Odin is dead?
They are soldiers. They will always be loyal to him, alive or dead. It is a matter of honor.
Yes, they will continue to follow his orders and keep the realms under his thumb.
Not for long, they won't.
$29. Tá aqui outro.
Freya, do you mind picking up that story about your brother? You mentioned a giant had come to Vanaheim to teach you of the Bifrost.
Yes, Gerd. Freyr became immediately infatuated with her. He always yearned to wander, and along came someone who could truly show him how. So, wander they did, exploring the world tree from root to branch. But one day, it came time for Gerd to wander away. Freyr was heartbroken, and resolved himself to perform some great feat to win her back. He set his aim on the grandest of gestures. He intended to be the first to find the elusive source of Bifrost light. And he succeeded, although quite by accident. Freyr believed he navigated best while fortified by a potent blend of Vanir herbs. When he wandered, he wandered.
Not now.
Wait a bloody moment. Is that?
Thor's hammer. And his daughter.
I'll make you proud, Dad.
Well, good for her.
Continua a história? Se calhar não. Estou a ver o arco-íris.
Careful, brother! Covered in Bifrost!
Shield Strider now!
Ixi.
I just had a thought. With Asgard destroyed, where will the Einherjar go?
Valhalla exists both inside and outside of Asgard. Who knows what became of it?
Aye. Suppose they'll have to find rest somewhere.
Alfheim 100%. Vanaheim, campamento.
To Vanaheim, then.
Sounded like Lady Sif managed to convince the old boar to shelter the Aesir refugees.
It was his idea.
Oh?
To foster peace among the Vanir and Aesir.
That's brilliant. Shifty bastard must be trying to prove he can out-diplomat me.
At least he's not convincing her to marry someone, like some other diplomats would.
A deservedly low blow, Your Majesty.
Anytime.
Circling back to the topic of prophecies brought about by the efforts to avoid them, I think I can recall such a story as you mentioned, brother. A Greek tale for the stage. Rather lurid, but very popular. You know the one?
Every Greek knows the tragedy of the Theban king.
Yeah, word gets around about that sort of thing.
I think I see another remnant of Asgard.
And another troop of Einherjar will likely have to defeat.
I'm ready if you are.
Como é que eles estão?
Enemy behind you, Kratos!
Right flank!
Use a shield strike!
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
Enemy behind you, Kratos!
Watch your left!
Shield strike now!
Behind you, brother!
I'm glad we can help these Einherjar on their way, even if they hate us for it.
They do not need to spend their afterlife serving a cruel god any longer.
Agreed.
Regarding security. Kratos, Freya, welcome back. Mimir.
Lady Sif. Freya. It speaks volumes seeing you here in person. The first of the Aesir to visit us in peace.
Really, Your Majesty?
It's the capacity of the Vanir's forgiveness that speaks volumes.
We know Asgard was more than Odin and his Einherjar. If they'll help us rebuild, they're more than welcome to stay.
Aesir and Vanir living together. I never thought it possible.
I imagine a severe lack of options for the Aesir helped ease things along.
Oh, Mimir. It has truly been a pleasure not listening to your prattling commentary for the last 100 winters.
Well, excuse me, milady.
100 winters of Mimir bleeding at court? I think I'd rather be exiled.
Indeed. Oh, the stories I have.
Really? Do tell.
Well, everything appears to be in order here, diplomacy administered, and all's well. Let's leave these two to their planning, shall we?
Como que ir tão longe isto? Não vou chamar ninguém. Ei, não consegui chamar.
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Behind you! Watch out!
I wonder how many of these fragments of Asgard there are.
A realm's worth at least, so I'd say we have our work cut out for us.
The closer we get, the more tightness grows in my chest.
You're sure you want to continue?
Confronting the past comes with a price.
It must be done. I've lived with this pain far too long. If you can believe it. We were happy once. For a time, foolishly believed the peace would last. Perhaps that was my mistake. All I wanted was to protect my family.
There is no shame in that.
I failed.
all the same.
On your right!
Behind you! Watch out!
I felt that one, brother!
Do you know why I left that night, Mimir?
Only a hunch.
He showed me who he really was. Odin asked me to cast a protection spell on him. The one I used on my son. But the way it drove our boy mad, I refused. He was furious, throwing every object he could find, destroyed the room. There was only coldness after that. I tried to make it work, but
No one could have lived like that, Your Majesty.
allow me. Food. I never thought I'd come back here. Reavers, of course.
Kratos! Watch out! Another soul eater! It doesn't belong here! We must get rid of it! Hit its chest! What it drops is highly volatile.
Behind you, brother!
It's unstable! Get back! Behind you! Look out!
Reaver, left flank!
Protect yourself!
Come on, get up, brother!
Reavers, of course.
Allah.
What's it say, brother?
much about that day I wish I could change. If only I'd seen the signs.
Watch out! Another soul eater! It doesn't belong here! We must get rid of it!
Above you, brother!
Down!
Behind you, watch out! Nicely done. Anything interesting, brother? Behind you! Look out!
Crest of the Hewley family. One of the first families ripped apart by the war. That's all the crests. Thank you for finding them. My circlet's here.
It's on that pedestal by the balcony!
We must remove these creatures first.
Alpha!
Use your arrow.
Look at this.
It belonged to you.
A symbol of commitment. After the ceremony, he had a new one made every week, each more beautiful than the last. He stopped when I refused to teach him the old magic. You know, my people used to send me gifts too, so I wouldn't forget home. But after the birth of my son, they stopped too.